The Western Sydney's PEIH campus has encountered digital problems which have affected users of the building, such as students and lecturers. Specifically, the lack of accessing codes through apps such as Microsoft Authenticator and Okta. A major influence on this delay of receiving these codes is the lack of Wi-Fi connection within the PEIH campus. This enabled for the first step into this research, and the assumed focus was on how might the authentication process be changed to help users of the campus feel less stress and less time constrained. Ultimately, users are stating alternative methods to decrease issues such as deadlines for assessments, access to resources, access to WSU accounts and websites. This can be seen through data collected from surveys, which states that 40% of students faced issues with submission and access to materials during their class time. As such, 3 teachers have also faced such issue when not being able to access university platforms. The enforcement of these apps is to ensure maximum security for all users, making sure personal info is highly protected. Multi-factor authentication helps keep your university account safe and secure by ensuring only you can log into it. Though the security is efficient, it is the process of authentication which really concerns the users. This ultimately reframed this research and aimed to address on how might we be able to alter the authentication process so that students and staff are able to access online platforms in a timely manner without the dependence of Wi-Fi/range on campus site. The report also primarily focuses on why Wi-Fi is important in terms of authentication, why the authentication process should be fast and efficient, and what makes an effective authentication process. These specific areas will develop further understanding into the use of the authenticator apps and why they raise concern to both students and staff. Significantly, these areas were found and supported using 9 ethnographic tools, as well as primary/secondary research. These tools enable to find how both students and lecturers use this platform and what challenges they face. As found through surveys, 30% of students and 66.7% of lecturers are encountered with the use of the Authenticator/Okta app multiple times a day. Both users feel that dependence on Wi-Fi is a major issue which contributes to the inconvenience of the authentication process. This issue regarding lack of Wi-Fi contributes to the sticky campus idea, as students are choosing to use nearby libraries to access better internet connection, proving that students don't feel the need to attend classes in the campus. This is also supported through survey results, as 66.7% of lecturers and 100% of students are dependent on Wi-Fi. Ultimately, users are moving away from the campus due to technical issues, and they are not fully satisfied with the overall experience of the campus, contradicting to the implementation of the sticky campus. As such, users that have classes online prefer to stay home rather than coming to campus. Universities like the University of Melbourne and National University of Singapore offer high-speed Wi-Fi both inside and outside campus, as well as the use of biometric and SSO authentication to minimize reliability on codes and connection. This authentication process enables for a passive learning space, as users, specifically students, are interpreting the content rather than retrieving information. Not being able to access the code enforces a barrier between passive and active learning. Students specifically are encountering issues without fully understanding the content, which creates a barrier into users' effective learning and the price they have to pay. This is further enhanced through the 21C policy, which was established in 2021. This approach to online learning benefited the university, whilst users were struggling to get through content and not achieving the best in their academics. The 21C policy has connections to the primary issue of this report, as users are not gaining access to online materials such as Zoom. With codes getting delayed or not being sent, users are lacking efficient learning time at the price of their own money. This brings attention to the assumed problem versus actual problem, as through data collected, it becomes aware that Wi-Fi and the authentication process is the main factor which influences this issue. It is evident through research how the authentication process should be altered to become easy and effective to all users, as therefore an active learning environment could be enforced, and more people will want to be on campus, therefore moving away from digitalized learning. This research explored the problems faced by both the user and the stakeholder. Through rapid contextualization, it becomes noteworthy that the enforcement of efficient, high security, and easy authentication will promote a positive user experience. The assumed problem of dependence and the actual problem of Wi-Fi paved the way into the possible solution for fixing this issue. As such, through surveys, it was addressed that both users preferred a one-time login to access multiple platforms or an alternative way where only one device is necessary and a code isn't needed. A possible solution for this could be the use of SSO and biometric authentication. Companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Samsung uses biometric authentication in their device as a main source of security. Likely, companies like Google Workspace, Amazon, Facebook, and Netflix use SSOs to secure accounts. As such, feedback from users were that a combination of SSOs and biometric authentication is efficient. Though there is a login and recognition process, it is only a one-time process in which users can access any university platform throughout the day without having to depend on Wi-Fi in the PEIH campus. This one-time multi-step authentication is beneficial for all users and ensures maximum security is always established. This can be seen in this diagram, which clearly states the 5 steps which is required to complete this one-time authentication. As found on the Zonal Proximal Development Graph, users can access certain platforms without assistance if a one-time combination of SSO and biometric authentication is enforced. This ultimately enables efficiency and minimizes time dependent on Wi-Fi and the need for assistance on the PEIH campus. A future improvement which will contribute to this idea is the ability to enforce AI-based anomaly detection. This will enable the user to be notified if there is suspicious behavior and will ensure there is early intervention and alerts to protect the account. This will add trust with the users and will enable them to lock their accounts before any personal info is taken suspiciously. Ultimately, this solution will ensure efficiency, maximum security, and minimizes time spent on authentication while on the PEIH campus.